Hello, welcome to our Wednesday devotional. I'm thankful that you take time to listen to these, and I hope that they're a blessing to you. Last week I had a thought arise after I'd read one verse in Obadiah. I attended the homeowners association for the neighborhood in which I lived. We hadn't had a homeowners association meeting, I don't think, since 2019, so it was a great deal of interest, and a lot of things are changing in our neighborhood. So I attended, meaning just to sit still, listen, and gather all the information I could. I sat in relative silence after I came in, but as I was coming in, one of the officers of our homeowners association recognized me, and he said, "Hello, Reverend." Well, I don't go by Reverend very often, but when he called out kind of loudly, and other people looked around to see who the Reverend was or where he was, probably thinking, I don't want to have to sit by him. But at that point, I realized that everything I did would be on display. Everything I said would be on display. The fact is, that's the way it is all the time. But as I was reading in Obadiah, I was reminded of the situation that Obadiah is addressing. The enemy was taking captive of the Israelites, and some of the people were standing over on the other side watching it take place. They didn't say a thing. And Obadiah rebuked them and said in verse 11, "Thou wast as one of them." He says, you were just like them. So I wondered, as I sat there in that meeting and listened to a new president and listened to some arguing and bickering back and forth, and tried not to get involved unless I needed to. I wondered how much I was just like one of them. And then I wondered, am I like one of them in the rest of my life? How different am I, and how different are you as we go through our daily routines and our daily lives? How different are you at work from the rest of the people? How different are you in your neighborhood from the rest of the people? He said, you were just like them. Now, sometimes we think we were maybe a little better. We dress a little nicer, or we look a little better, or we have a nicer car or a nicer house or things like that, and we're not like them, we think. Or we realize our lives are cleaner than theirs. We don't smoke, and we don't drink, and we don't do the things that sometimes they do. We don't have the kind of loud, rowdy parties at our home that they might have. We think we're a little better than they, but are we? Are we just like them? I wonder, in my neighborhood, how many people would know he's different? How many people would think he must be a Christian? How many people that I meet day by day would think, I wish I were like he is. I wish I had whatever he has. I think sometimes we as Christians are so shy about witnessing that we are just like they are. I think the prophet could look at us and say, thou wast as one of them. You're just like them. We need to watch our attitudes. We're not supposed to be like them. We're to have better, joyful attitudes. We're to watch our words and our actions. We're not to say things that others say. We're not to behave like others behave. We ought to watch our witness. Are we witnessing for Christ, or are we witnessing by our silence? We're called to be different. Are we different? Or are we just like one of them? As I thought about that, I wanted to share it with you and challenge you today not to be just like them, but to be different. We're Christians. We're born again. We have a wonderful hope of eternity. We have the promise of eternal life. We're not like them. Let's don't act like it. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.